4 properties to get stuff done. Here's the 3 problems I want you to do, starting here, getting there. If it ends in a C, you can add a U. You may double it. Everything after the M can be doubled. So if there's an M, everything afterwards, you can double it if you want. You can also replace 3 C's in a row with a single U. Last thing, if you have 2 U's in a row, you can get rid of them. Just cross them out, they're gone. Okay? Those are the 4 different things you can do to try and solve the puzzle. Okay, so starting at MC, make it look like MCU, CU. That's the problem. Basically, right, there's a really good hint here for number 2, right? So I want this to look like that. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is take the same thing, make it look like that. Problem number 3 is take this and make it look like that. Okay. This one's hard. This one's a little hard. This one's pretty easy. Try it. Tapes? Yes.
Outside in this land of pursuit. It will be 2030-19 capture the flag. Be filming 15 people from each class to participate.
I'm not sure why the live stream isn't working. We're just going to upload later.
If you are participating in
record now.
Or remember the preliminary games are Wednesday at 6. Your team is counting on you, so don't forget to show up. Happy birthday yesterday to Drew Wilkins. And happy birthday today to Brandon Freeman and Casey Williamson. Don't forget to stop at the White County Room for your free Dairy Queen treat and ice cream season.
All right.
You still have your sign from your birthday. You can return it for the week, long as long, even if everyone is doing it, right? Even if no one was doing it.
Yep. All right. Song of the day is War Pig / Luke's Wall by Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne's band. From the album Paranoid from 1970. Fantastic song. Someone buy me a new sound card.
How much?
About $100. My bad. Let's see if it's working now. Pardon me. I need to disconnect and reconnect. The mic over here is working now, by the way. But it's all running out of this garbage audio interface. We just lost our room mic. Let's see if it comes back. Hey, it came back. All right, good. Now it should work. Got 8 minutes.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction, in the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah. darkness world stops turning, ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power, and as God has struck the hour, day of judgment God is calling. On the knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for the sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
From Paranoid, 1970 album by Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne lead vocals. You've probably heard this song before, which is more fitting for today, I suppose. It's track 4 from the same album. I'll just play the beginning of it. We'll get into the warm-up. Black Sabbath. Check them out. Thank you very much. So, number 1 says we're going from MC to MCU, CU. That's our goal. That's what we're trying to prove. What's new? I know, right? I just happened to have this here last night. And so I thought, you know what, we'll keep it and try it today. It's not the camera I want. The one I want is remote control and can zoom in on the board and all that stuff. But Figured we'd have some fun. By popular request, the camera was asked to be put here last hour, so I decided to keep it. All right, so how do we get from there to there? Somebody walk me through what they did. Lots of ways to do it. Go ahead. What'd you do?
The first step, I added a U.
Okay, so she used the rule that says if it ends in a C, you can add a U, right? What rule is that?
1.
So prop number 1 allows us to do that. So not only do we have to show what happens, but we also have to back it up, right? That's what we've been doing with proofs. So now we're here. And now what'd you do?
And then I did prop number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
So prop 2 says you can take the thing here, that's after the M, everything after the M, and you double it, right? So what we get is this, but doubled. Nice. That was prop number 2. And then we're here. And guess what? We're done, right? That's what we wanted. Swag box. We all good? Anybody do it another way? Oh man, there is no hope for you. Okay, number 2. Number 2 starts out MC, which is the first 2 letters of my last name, and then goes off to MCUUC. That's our goal. So we're starting here. Somebody. What'd you do? Huh? Prop 2, so double everything after the M. Well, that gets us this. We're doubling that guy, right? So we have 1 extra C now. That was by prop 2. I need to just take the caps off these things. Prop number 2. Okay, so now we're here. Now what'd you do? Double it again. So we get MC, C, and then we get the new C's. This is going to be a very thick problem. Now what do we do? We're here with 4 C's. We are not thick enough. We're going to go 8 C's. The only way to describe this is with 8 C's. So another prop 2. And now we're here with 8 C's. M, C, 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 C. All right, so now what? Prop 3. And what does prop number 3 say we can do? We can switch out 3 C's for 1 U. So we're going to switch out these 3 C's and these 3 C's for 1 U. So we're keeping the first C. And we're switching out these C's for a U and these C's for a U. And we're keeping the last C. And guess what? We done did it. I know! Boring, right? Who cares? There it is. So we just got a bunch of C's, and then we use those C's to get us U's. That's it. C is the most valuable of all the letters here, right? Because if it ends in a C, we can add a U. If we have a bunch of C's, we can change it out for a U. So having a lot of them is nice. Ready for number 3? Yep. All right, let's see how you guys do this. I've seen some very interesting strategies today. So we start out with not MC this time, but MUUC. And we're trying to get to M triple C U double C. I know. So starting here, what do you do? Prop 4. What does prop 4 say? Prop 4 says you may remove any W and replace it with absolutely nothing. Just remove it. Eliminate it. Death. So we're going to, I know, right? We're going to eliminate this and just get MC. So we're back to good old familiar MC. And we did that by prop number 4. So now we're here. And now the beginning of this problem looks like any other start that we have, right? We start with MC. What are we going to do now? Prop 2, we're going to double stuff. Spoiler. Same thing we did last time. Now what are we going to do? Again. We get M, C, 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 C. By prop number 2. Now we're here with 4 C's. Another very thick problem. And what do we do again? Prop number 2. Bruh. We're up to 8 C's again. by prop number 2. And now we're here with 8 C's. Now what? Prop 3. What is prop number 3? All right, which 3 C's am I going to switch out? C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Which C's?
3, 4. So 2 from the right.
Okay, so starting with C number 4.
Yeah.
Those 3, right? And that makes sense because we want 3 C's on the left and 2 C's on the right. So I've got 3 C's here, 2 C's there, and I'm going to switch those out. What are we switching the C's out for? A single U. And guess what? We made it. Did anybody else do this a different way? Nah. See if I can find the way we did it last hour. Did it the same way there. Enough! Here's how we did it first hour. You guys did it the same way as my last hour. I think that's the most efficient way to do it as far as I can find. Here's how first hour did it. They said, take this thing, right? We're trying to get to there. That's our goal. So they said, look, I'll start out here and I'll use prop 2 and double this thing. So what we did is eliminated the U's right from the get-go. They doubled it. Then prop 4, they eliminated some U's. Prop 2, they doubled that. Then prop 4, they eliminated some U's. Right, to get us to 3 C's here. Then they did double it again. And then eliminate some U's. Which ones? These ones and these ones. So now we have 8 C's. What do you notice about that? It's what we did, right? We eventually got to 8 C's, and then we did the rest the same, right? So every proof can be done differently, but usually it's just done with extra steps, right? Everybody loves extra steps. Okay? Nothing wrong with this. It's all good. Questions on this? Nah, put it away. Okay, here's what we're going to do now. Time has come, the walrus said, to talk many things. Of shoes, of ships, of sealing wax. Cabbages and beans. Why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. That's your class. Spicy! Martha!
Sorry.
Okay. Chance. William. Diana.
Everyone gets an
Ellie.
Oh, they're not graded.
Reading.
It's gonna have us read it. They all suck.
Quinn. Brewer.
I did like 1 problem.
Calling your mom?
Actually, here, you have it. Carver. Calvin. If you didn't get one back, it's because you didn't do it. If you got one back and it said absent on it, again, remember, you didn't have to take it. You don't have to accept the grade you get. Here's what I thought. I thought to myself, I said self. Normally takes about an hour to grade every quiz for every class. So I've got 6 classes. That's 6 hours of my life. However, for proofs, it takes extra long because there's so much more to grade. And you guys, instead of just like writing, here's my step 1, here's my step 2, here's my step 3, what you like to do is write step 1, step 2, 3 on the back, 4 over on the side, arrow down here, right? And then scribble out 12 things, which means it's like a living nightmare for me. I'm going to take at least 2 hours for every class, which is 12 hours of my life I'd never get back, probably more. And I thought, life is not about what you do. It's who you do it with, right? And I thought, if I'm going to be doing this, why not everybody do it, right? Why should I be so selfish? So I thought to myself, let's grade this on Monday so you can experience it in real time, like I would, okay? The disaster that is going to unfold in front of you. Also, remember, the reason I do this crap, grades, right, is so you can get feedback. I wish I didn't have to do grades at all. Honestly, I'd get rid of them if I could. And you think that's crazy, right? But I would. I'm working on it. But we can't, so we have to have them. But I want you to get feedback. And I think when you guys get a bad grade on something, you just look at that and say, I suck, and don't think about it anymore. I would rather you pay attention to what's going on, because you have to grade it yourself, right? And go through and find out why you got something wrong, maybe. Now, the difference between getting this right and getting this wrong really isn't whether you're stupid or not, right? We're all stupid, okay? You all are morons, okay? But the difference is the amount of time that you've put into it. It takes time, okay? So if you get a bad grade, that's fine. Come and see me. Let's spend some more time on this and get this stuff done. If you've seen me in here, before, after, during school, whatever, right? I guarantee your grade has improved drastically, right? You come in, you think you're an idiot, right? And you are, but like not as much as you think. And you have a problem that's this small, causing an issue this big. And you don't realize that the problem's only this small. All you see is the issue, right? And what it's causing. And then we talk for like 5 seconds and you go, oh, that was it? And I go, yeah, that was it. It was that easy. And then you retake your exam and you get an A+, like 9 times out of 10, okay? Come see me. I can help you. It's a problem that's this small. It's hard for you to see because you're not a professional and I am, right? And it's really easy to fix. I've yet to have a student come in with a problem that's this big and be like, oh man, yikes, right? But even if that's the case, I can still help. I think I'm all right at this job. Come see me. So let's grade this together. Who needs a pen? You can't grade it in pencil. It has to be pen. Who needs one? 1. I need 1 back. Anybody else? 2. I need 2 back. Give me a reason. Make my day. Quinn, you need one? Hannah, you need one? Nelly. I need 2 back. All right. Welcome to Mr. Max class. All right. So here we go. The brown ones are the total points. I need to see this given information. Do I need to see a diagram? Not necessarily. You could write out the same dumb crap they wrote up here. I think the diagram's more helpful. But either way, I need to see what's given. Rewritten by you. That's 1 point. Why do we have to do that? Because it's free points. 1, right? Literally write the directions again. 2, when you write it yourself, it tends to work out better, and all proofs have to start with what you're given. When you draw the diagram, it becomes obvious, at least obvious to me, hopefully to you, that the pink and the blue are going to make orange, right? I could have been creative last night at 1 a.m. when I was making this answer key and made it like red and blue make purple, but I wasn't, okay? But that's the idea. What's the thing that says the 2 smaller angles add up to the bigger angle? What's that thing? Yes, ma'am. The angle addition postulate. Very well said. So AAP is what we're doing. I need to see this for AAP. The angle names, not their measures. We do that next. That's substitution, okay? If you didn't write this one out, -1. That's how that works. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? If you don't have that line, -1. If you skip straight to this, fine. Okay? You need to have both the left side and the right side. If you're missing the right side, that's -1/2. Same thing if you're just missing the left side. I don't know how you'd just be missing the left side. What? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what I did.
Yes. Welcome to my world.
Are we grading our own?
Yes. Because only you could understand what you wrote. Let's be honest.
I did it a different way, but like I got an answer.
Yes, but the answer's given to you, so that doesn't surprise me.
I figured out like.
Now, there are multiple ways to do this. If you're not sure, make sure you circle it. I'm going to go back through and look through these anyway. The only things I won't look through are the ones that you just mark all wrong, right? Because I'll be like, yeah, it's probably bad. I won't spend a lot of time on that, but I will go back through and look at everything you don't mark wrong, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I will. Okay? I can look at it later, so circle it, make sure I know that. So I need to see AAP, I need to see substitution. Here, no point for that. All we're doing is getting stuff together that's already on the same side. We're not using addition property here, because addition property says we're going to add to move stuff over. I don't need to move stuff over yet. I'm just putting x and 2x together. That's 3x. 50 and minus 25 is positive 25. Positive 25. And then we're going to do some subtraction and then division. I don't care whether you did division first or subtraction first. If you did division first, God bless you, you get a fraction, 25 over 3 and 145 over 3. You'd subtract those and you get 120 over 3, which ends up being 40, right? But I would do the subtraction first, Kanye prenup, right? Then, after you do that, You're going to go back and look at the givens. ZYQ, they give you is 2x minus 25, so you need to state that, and then you plug in 40, what you found, hopefully. And that does indeed get you 55, so 3 points down there. 8 points total on this one. 8 points on one. I know. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We can be okay. Yeah.
So then on the last part, if I don't have to measure.
In front of ZYQ?
Yeah.
I'll accept that. That's fine. Never again.
Can I just like circle all through them? Because I'm so.
You can do that. Odds are, if you're feeling that way, that's how I felt when I looked at it last night. Yes. 1 point for the givens. All or nothing, pretty much. Number 2, the one everyone struggled with, which I don't understand why, but you did. It happens. Let's scoot this over just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So, number 1, I need to see JK equals LM. That's given to you. But also the thing. Oh, you're not grading a thing. Can you go see the nurse? She has a surprise for you. Bye. You have to leave. We'll miss you. Okay? Don't run into any walls.
I'll try not.
Okay. Watch out. There's one right there. She can't see. It's funny. All right. So this thing is a line. And how did I get that? Well, it says that JK, L, and M are collinear. Right? Collinear means on the same dumb line. So I put those points on a line in order. Some of you guys are just like, I'll just screw up the letters just for fun, right? Like, why would you do that? Why? Why? Just like, what was the purpose? They're already in alphabetical order. Just like, I'm going to be creative right now. Why would you do that? And so from this information, we can figure out something important, right? They want to know about JL and KM. That's our goal. Now, do we have any information given to us about JL and KM? No, we have just JK and LM. So we need to get some information out of the diagram. Well, check it out. JL is this. What is JL made up of? 2 pieces. JK and KL, so I wrote that. Y'all know it adds up to it, so write it. What do I know about KM? Well, it's made up of 2 pieces. LM and KL. So I wrote that. Now notice, I know JK and LM are the same thing. So when I see that this is something plus KL and that's something plus KL, if I can make them the same, I can get them together, right? Get JL and KM together. JK is LM, we're told that. So this is the same thing. I just had to show it. So what I do is I took the first equation, and instead of writing JK and KL, I wrote LM and KL, because LM is the same thing as JK. They're substitutable, right? And now look, equation 2 is the exact same thing as equation 3. See how they both equal LM and plus KL? Well, if that guy equals LM plus KL, and that guy equals LM plus KL, then they must equal each other. I win. Easiest one on the quiz. Hardest one on the quiz. Teacher's dilemma. Do I give him an easy one to make it worth a lot of points? Or do I give him an easy one to make it worth very few? Because inevitably, the easy one is the one you all screw up. Right? Help me help you. Questions? Yeah, there is. Do you use subtraction? Yeah. Yeah. There are lots of ways to do it. So what you did is you subtracted KL from both? Mm-hmm. And then you said that, and then you switched out JK for an LM, and therefore JL must equal KM. Yeah, that's beautiful. Well done.
So if you do it that way, like, it might be right.
It's definitely right. Yeah.
How much is this?
Minus no points. What? I was talking to her. 5. 5 points here. 13 total on the first side. Okay. 8 and 5 makes 13. Yeah, no, that's great. I prefer you to come up with your own method because it really shows you know what you're doing. Like you are able to think about what it means. And that's the whole point. Turn the page, number 3, which most people seem to enjoy. Number 3 says 1 and 2 are complementary, 3 and 4 are complementary. And some of you guys thought complementary meant congruent. Dear God. Congruent means the exact same thing. What does complementary mean? Mr. Mack, you look like Jesse Eisenberg with your glasses off. I know.
90.
Right? What? Equals 90. They add up to 90. So check it out. I wrote what they gave us. They did not tell us they equal 90. They told us they're complementary. Don't put words in their mouth. So I wrote that. They also said 2 and 3 are the same thing. That's why I did them the same color. Now, from that information, we know that complementary means they add up to 90. So that's by definition. Right? I need to see that for both of them. Right, that's what complementary means. So by definition, that's the definition of complementary. They add up to 90. Now, if 1 and 2 equals 90 and 3 and 4 equals 90, then they must equal each other. 1 and 2 equals 3 and 4. I wrote that. Now, you probably added in another step here, but I have mercy upon your souls, so hold on, okay? Notice 2 and 3 are the same thing. So when I subtract them, I get 1 and 4 equal each other, right? And that's the goal. So I win, and that's what I did. Now, you should have had an extra step in here. How do we know 2 and 3 are the same thing? Well, they're the same color. Well, but that's not good enough. They have to literally be the same thing, so when you subtract them, they go away. Well, it says they are literally the same thing, so what I would do in between here and here is I would substitute. So instead of writing 1 plus 2 equals 3 plus 4, I would write something like 1 plus 3 equals 3 plus 4. I'd switch them out, right? You could have also done 1 plus 2 equals 2 plus 4, right? And then when you subtract them, they go away. I won't be picky this time about that step. So if you did it like me, beautiful. If you did that extra step in there, even better. Even better. Okay? I like them apples. Not too bad? Okay. Notice, once we have two angles equaling the same number, then those sets of angles are equal to each other. That's really important to pick up on. Okay? Questions on this one? That was 6 points total. Superman? Moron. Number 4. We're only given two things, that ABC are collinear and DBF are collinear. What does it mean to be collinear? On the same line. So if things are on the same line, then they must be a line. That's what I did here. ABC and DBF are lines, by definition, right? Therefore, if those are lines, the angles that sit on them must be a linear pair. Remember, pair means two, linear means line. So these angles are going to be a linear pair, by definition, right? They're sitting on those lines. Here's ABC, so those two angles are a linear pair. Here's DBF, so those two angles are a linear pair. Why did I choose 1 and 2 and 2 and 4? Because those are the ones I want to know about. That's what it says up here in the instructions. 1 and 2 supplementary, 2 and 4 supplementary. So I know they're a linear pair. Now by linear pair theorem, it says if you have a linear pair, which we do, we just said they are, then we must know they're supplementary. That's linear pair theorem. Don't skip that step. You can't say they equal 180. First you have to say they're supplementary. Then you can say, well, by definition, they must equal 180, because that's what supplementary mean. Now check it out. We have 1 and 2 equal 180, and 2 and 4 equal 180. So 1 and 2 must equal 2 and 4. And the beauty of this one is, look, we've already have the same name here and here. So when we subtract them, they go away. We don't have to do that extra step I told you about last time, right? And then we win. From here on down, it's the same as the last one, basically, right? Just 180 instead of 90. Here is what we wanted for the first half. They wanted to prove that it was supplementary, right? Well, I got it. 1 and 2 are supplementary, 2 and 4 are supplementary. It's why it's important not to skip those steps. So we got that. And then we kept going and we got this. Last little bit, by the same dumb logic, 2 is going to be congruent to 3. We're just going to switch out the angle names. It'll be the same steps, so why waste time? 12 points. I'll zoom out so you can see the whole thing all together. Yes, ma'am.
So I think I did like my work right, but like I did not write the right word next to it.
So you did the left side right, but not the right side? Okay, so each line is worth a point, so you missed half of the right for each one. I take my job very seriously. And I get annoyed when people keep me from doing my job. So stop keeping me from doing my job, you dingus. All right. Questions, comments, concern, other than for my mental stability? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. A total of 31 points. Tell me how many you got out of 31. So if you missed 5, you got a 26 out of 31. Write that. Then pull out your phones, because you don't have them out already. And then you're going to use the calculator function on that. I know, dig. And then you're going to do whatever you got. So if you got a 26 out of 31, what you'll do to find out the percentage is type in 26 divided by 31. Remember, over just means division. Fractions are just division for lazy people. It'll present to you a decimal that should be less than 1, like point something, right? Yes, ma'am?
I wrote 0 over 31, so I messed everything.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's okay. And so when you get that percentage, it'll be a decimal. Move the decimal place over 2 spots, because remember, percent means out of 100, right? So we go to the hundredths place, and that'll be your percentage. If your percentage is less than 65, congratulations, you have a 0 until you fix it, okay? If you got above a 65, then we go to step 2, okay? Now we look at the pink number. I owed you 19 points because I took off 19 points worth of questions from the review guide. That's a lot of points. And so if you got a 26 out of 31, that means you missed 5, right? So when we go to out of 50, you still miss 5. You're going to get a 45 out of 50. Now, 45 out of 50 is a 90%. That's a lot better than whatever you got for 26 out of 31. That's your actual understanding, and that'll be your actual grade. Now, how do I do that, and why do I do that? Well, here's the deal. When I take off all those questions, I'm missing out on opportunities for you to show me that you know your crap, right? Right, if I wanted to really know, do they know all this stuff, I'd make a test that has 1,000,000 questions on it, and the more questions I had, the more accurate I would be in being able to figure out what you know, right? But here's the problem. We got 45 minutes. I don't have time to do that. And a lot of that's already baked into these other problems, right? But those problems are hard and intimidating, and so sometimes you aren't able to show all of the stuff that you know that's basic, right? And so when you get, 1 out of 4, that's a 25%, but maybe you actually understand about 50 to 60% of the material, right? So you should get a 50 to 60, not a 25. So if you get above a 65, that's telling me you probably knew all the basic stuff I took off. So here, I'll spot you those points, right? Because you know it, so you should get credit for it. If you didn't get a 65 or above, I think it's safe to say you probably didn't understand the basics very well, and we need to go over it anyway, right? That's the idea. I'm just trying to save you guys time and get a good understanding of what you know at the same time. I was so frustrated being in college and we'd have quizzes every week, and the quiz would be 3 questions, which meant if you missed 1, right, that's a 2 out of 3. What percentage is 2 out of 3? 66, right? It's like, I know 66% of the material, it's pretty good, right? But like, that's a failing grade, right? Or a D at least, right? So it's awful. It doesn't really represent your understanding, right? So I've decided that small quizzes are good, but it's better if I can supplement that with how much you should actually know, right? To get you a real good grade that represents your understanding. So if you got above a 65, write it out of 50 now, and then find that percentage. Now, out of 50 is a really easy percentage to figure out. You just double it, right? If you got a 45 out of 50, what you get is a 90%, right? Because that's out of 100. And that'll be your grade. Now, for the last 2 classes, we've had a lot of A's, which I find humorous. I will be going back and checking them, okay? God bless you for getting some of the work done for me, okay? And if you're not sure, that's okay. Write at the top. Again, if you're absent, make sure you wrote that you were absent last week. I'll check that against the attendance, and if that's true, you get a free pass, right? Can't hurt you. Cool? That's how it be. How you feel? Better than you thought? Worse than you thought? About the same? Which question was the hardest? 2. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. It's 4 steps.
kind of differently, so I'm not sure.
That's okay. A lot of people try to do it differently, and I like that. It means you struggled with it. You fought with it. You didn't know what to do. You didn't have it memorized, but you know how to get stuff done, and that's what it's all about. Yes, ma'am.
I feel like I don't understand any of it, but I guess I do.
I think what you, and maybe I'm wrong, but typically when that happens, especially with proofs, it's that this is weird and new, and it feels like you're floating in space, and what do I grab onto, and how do I know I got it right? And you're used to feeling like when you're done, I know that's right, and being confident. And so that lack of confidence is what you're feeling. I think with time that will change, because there's no way you'd be able to get through this stuff and get a good grade if you didn't actually understand a little bit of it. Okay? I'm going to go around and collect those in a second. The plan for this week, okay? I know this week is going to be idiot level 5,000 for you guys, right? You're all going to be a bunch of morons, even more than you normally are, because y'all are, okay? You're going to be acting like a bunch of teenagers, okay? Friday, no quiz, okay? Because we just don't have time. Also, dear God, that would be a disaster, and I want to grade those. Yikes. I like when you get stuff right because it means I don't have to grade as much, right? I can just be like, oh, look, it's right. Move on to the next one. Instead of like, dear God, write notes. Talk to mom and dad. Send out the fire department. Like, these people need help, right? And so that takes a lot of time. So I'm not going to put myself through that, and I don't want to put you through it either. The week is short because of homecoming. My plan is to do more on this stuff, the proofs, hit it a second time, a third time, right? And we're going to keep pushing forward, but not that much forward. Because I know if I push forward any of the time this week, you guys are going to, not going to learn anything. It's going to be a disaster. So we're going to do more of the same. Which means, now that you have this feedback, which is so valuable, do something about it. We're on week 7. Some of you guys have failed all 4 exams and gotten zeros because you haven't come in to fix them. Dear God. Dear God. What are you waiting for? Get in here. Get in here. If you've been to see me, I know it's improved your grade drastically. It has, right? You come in here, you have a problem this small, it's causing an issue this big, and I fix it, right? I point it out, and you're like, oh, that was it? And I go, yeah, that was literally it, you dingus. And it works out well. I know you feel like it's a problem this big, and there's no way to fix it, and you're overwhelmed. Don't be. I have not met a student yet, and I've looked at your work. I know, and some of you guys really have terrible grades, but you're not that lost. You just have a couple things that are really holding you back. Let me help you. Homeroom. Before or after school. You name the time, you name the date, I can be here. That's what I do. So take advantage of it. Because next year you might not have me as a teacher. And nobody does that, right? And then you're really going to be screwed. So take advantage now so you actually know what's going on. That way you can actually learn and you'll be ready to go. And you might be saying, oh, this is my last math class. I don't need to do this. No. This won't be your last math class if you have to take it again next year. Also, it's not about math. This is about logic, reasoning, learning how to learn. And you're going to be doing that the rest of your life. Okay? Help me help you. What? Why are you so sad? It's homecoming week. How you feel? Let's talk about our feelings. What? Chance is not okay? It's okay to not be okay. Are you going to be okay?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I can see.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That's how you'll be okay. You will, I promise. Chance, there are way dumber kids than you I've helped. Way dumber, okay? Almost everybody in here, way less dumb than some of the kids I've helped, okay? This is actually a pretty good group. I'd tell you if you're stupid. I would. Isn't that the joy? I'm honest. You can trust me. Because I'll tell you the hard truths. Nobody in here is that stupid. Everybody in here is dumb. Y'all are. You're teenagers, by definition, right? You can do a literal math proof to prove that you're idiots. But you're not that dumb. Yes, homeroom is a disaster because everybody and their mom's in here. I'll try. Yeah, I'm not good at that.
As soon as Alicia comes in here, it's just like.
Yep.
I have to still that.
I will, right now. I want to talk about feelings, but apparently you guys don't want to talk about feelings. Right, I'll read it. Whatever. Yep. We'll write passes. I can? Wow, no way. Macy. Probably wear blue. Or green. Green would be a good idea. Go away. Oh, wait. Actually, the G1 is where you're going.
I think you're the only teacher that doesn't call me B Cook.
My mom got sick and canceled the appointment.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. Things tend to find a way to screw up. Yeah.
Not me, you. The week I missed when I was sick, you had given to another, like the office to give to me or something. However, it got to me. You told, when I was sitting there, you told me to just wait until you get caught up with the test and information. I'm still not caught up with the test information.
I know.
And I'm still not caught up with that whole week.
I know. I know.
Kind of like freaking
Keep coming
out.
to see me. What? You have a bus after school? That was the issue.
Yeah.
What time do you get here in the morning?
I get here at like.
Because you ride the bus.
7:50.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna cut it, man. We gotta find a way to get it done. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like it's not
I
gonna work.
know, and
Right?
it is really important.
It's a disaster. How can I help? I mean, like, how can we solve that problem? I don't know.
honestly don't know because my mom doesn't have a license, and her boyfriend's always out of town.
Do you have internet at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
What if I did this on the weekend?
Okay. Might work.
Is that possible? Like through Skype or something, or FaceTime, or I don't know what I can hook up.
I don't know.
Okay. We'll figure out something. Because, yeah, we got to get you caught up, and a lot of it's just not your fault. Yeah. We got to get you some glasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I understand, but
We're on it. Well, that's not your job, okay? You're a kid. Okay? We got you.
I'm not a kid anymore. I've
Well,
grown up a long time ago.
I understand that.
Can I use the restroom?
Yes, please, do.
No.
Not so long.